Good morning, Canada. Welcome to the first Northside Hockey roundtable. I am your host, Alamdar Kisat, your source for Canadian sports. Starting out this week, we got the Grassroots segment. The prep school games for the CSSHL have been in full swing this week. Here are a few standout performances. The at-school under-17 team cleaned up the plate with a 7-2 win over the Rink Hockey Academy Winnipeg. A strong 3-1 start opened the doors for the team to take over and take the victory. The Northern Alberta Extreme also had a brutal 7-2 win over the Rink Hockey Academy. Damn, they're getting destroyed, dude. Dane managed 2 goals and 2 assists, which is great. And lastly, the Yale Hockey Academy had an intense overtime 4-3 win against the BWC Academy, scoring an equalizer in the last minute of regular time. Yale kept the momentum going into overtime with Matthew Zanon making the game-winning goal. Alright, moving on. Earlier in the week, the players for the months of September and October were released. I would like to put a spotlight on a couple of players, so here we go. Starting off with Andrew Shimon, a netminder from Nova Scotia who has allowed only 1 goal in 115 shots. And secondly, Rowan Street, a Manitoba native who's been playing for the Under-18 Women's Rink Hockey Academy. She's had a strong start to the season with 13 goals and 26 points in the first 9 games played. Now, moving on to a college/rising stars segment. Starting off, we got the CHL season in Canada. The standing should be right up here on screen. The Silver Tips have been leading the West with 15 wins and 2 losses, with the Edmonton Oil Kings leading the East with 16 wins and 4 losses. The Oil Kings are on a 6-game winning streak and have been red hot with their line of forwards. Max Kieran has had 18 assists, putting him in the top 5 assist makers of the season, and Parker Snell already having a shutout game. So for some general CHL news this week, we had the Regina Pats actually announcing that they have acquired the 2005-born defenseman Rylan Pierce from the Silver Tips in exchange for a 2028 5th-round pick. And we got the CHL USA Prospects Challenge coming up. Ryan Lynn from the Vancouver Giants is a prospect to watch here. He's been really adamant about going into this competition and being a force to reckon with. I always look forward to Canada versus America matchups. We had the basketball grind sessions in Toronto last week, and Canadian teams have been doing really well. This should be a really good challenge for the Canadian teams. Now, moving on to the Usports men's ice hockey teams. So, for the Canada West Conference, University of British Columbia, through the first 11 games, is leading the conference with a 9-2 record, and the Calgary Rhinos leading the East with an 11-2 record through the first 13 games of the season. In the Ontario Athletics Conference, the Golden Hawks have been leading the West, and the University of Quebec have been leading the East, each with a 9-3 record. In the Atlantic Division, we have the University of New Brunswick leading with an 8-5 record. Al, thoughts?
Huh? Oh, yeah, Skywans are doing amazing.
Hey man, today's hockey day. Hockey.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Reed Valid for the St. Mary's has been amazing. 12 goals in 12 games. Adam Kidd for the Calgary Dinos has been an absolute menace on the offense. 21 assists so far, leading the lead in assists, 27 points. A really fun player to watch. Back to you.
We will keep you updated as the season goes along. Now, on to the pros. So, this week in the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens have been leading the Atlantic Division, and the Calgary Flames dead last in the East. Let's get into a little bit of a breakdown. So, Al, starting off with the Canadiens, what's gone right this far into the season?
So the Canadiens started off this season really strong. The duo of Suzuki and Caulfield has really been leading them so far. Suzuki with 16 assists and 4 goals, and Caulfield with 12 goals and 6 assists in their first 17 games. But they have been struggling lately, and they've been outscored 30-15 by playoff teams. So actually winning against some of the top teams has been an issue for them.
Okay, so now what about the Maple Leafs? went to the playoffs last season, have been struggling to start off this season. What's happening there?
So with the Leafs, they've had a 4-game losing streak recently. The first time that's happened since 2019, which has been tough. They don't really have a strong defense, man. Morgan Riley's been great, but other than that, it's been pretty weak, letting a lot of goals go through. With Mitch gone, their offense has been hurting, so they haven't really filled that hole yet. It is still early in the season for them. They usually do struggle early on and then kind of find their footing later in the season, but some trades might be needed, some additions might be needed for this team.
And lastly, the Calgary Flames. What's happening there? Why so much struggle to start off this season?
Well, Flames are still sort of in the rebuilding phase. They do have some really good young players that they could potentially use for trades down the line to get some veterans in the team, some scorers especially, because one of the main issues they do have is Connor Zarys is not really doing much offensively. He's had one goal in the opening game, and since then it's been 5 weeks, not a goal since. So they are struggling offensively. They are getting better, but yeah, they need to fix their offense sooner rather than later. And again, they don't want to be a wildcard team, not at this stage. They'd rather use this time to rebuild and get the pieces that they need.
So moving on to some more general NHL news for the Canadian teams, we had Troy Stretcher, who was cleared from the Oilers, signing with the Maple Leafs, and David Kampf, who was terminated by the Maple Leafs, signing a $1.1 million with the Canucks. And lastly, the Ottawa Senators have signed Shane Pinto to a 4-year, $30 million extension. And now, for our last segment, we got the Northside Canadian Player of the Week. This week's Canadian Player of the Week goes to Nathan McKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche. In 18 games played so far this season, Nathan has scored 14 goals alongside dishing out 19 assists. 33 points in the season already. He's been a plus 18 this season. Absolutely amazing. Alright, now that concludes this week's Northside Hockey Roundtable. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm your host, Alamdar Kisset. Subscribe and follow your Canadian sports.